And there's several experiments. I got one finished, and I've got several more yet to do. And on that paper, I've got a guy from Caltech, mathematics. I got a guy from JPL, physicist. So yes, I run into people, and I talk to people who have, good scientific credentials and so on, and it splits two ways. If they're open-minded enough to consider it, they always come over to my side and say, that's fantastic. I understand. That solves a whole lot of problems for me. If they are not open-minded enough to consider it, and they have the attitude, impossible, totally impossible. Reality is physical. Materialism is the only correct way. And then they just can't accept it. Now, when I ask them for, well, what do you find wrong with it? They'll say, oh, well, about this, and I'll explain why that's not a problem, and so on. I can answer all the problems. And eventually they just say, well, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just impossible, and they walk away. So that's the way that goes. And I would encourage you, if I say anything to you that you feel is not rational or doesn't make sense or somehow doesn't follow logically, please, this is the Joe Rogan Show. Shout, bullshit! I didn't get that. I don't see how you got from there to there, because I can tell you, and I can tell you in a rational, logical way.
Well, I believe you. I'm following your rational, logical way.
Now, I'm just skipping over the highlight. There's lots and lots of detail, but I'm just skimming from this point to this to the next, and so on. But what happens is I can derive physics with this. I can understand quantum physics.